Now it's time for Movie Friends with your hosts Michelle and Seth. We're talking film without pretension. We're finding cats that are unexpected. We'll watch a movie, film, or schmovie, and we want you to join our journey. So subscribe and share this podcast, or this might just be the last of the Movie Friends. We're movie friends. We want to be your movie friends.
Hey, welcome to Movie Friends. I'm here with my friend Seth Vargas, who just can't seem to get rid of a bomb.
And I'm here with my friend Michelle Rubenstein, who exceeds the limits of man's wildest imagination.
If only.
We're back with Batman. What is happening? Yeah.
What is happening? Wow. Yeah, this month is our first free-for-all month, but really it's shaping up to be Batman Fosse month.
So you went to see a Broadway show this week, and you went to see a comedian.
I did. Yeah.
How was that?
Good. It's always fun to go see live performances, you know,
I
get out
agree.
of the normal everyday routine. So we saw James Acaster and we saw All Out on Broadway.
Wow. Broadway.
How are you? What's going on in Sethland?
Well, I didn't watch a live performance, but I did watch the Super Bowl.
I watched that as well.
The Super Bowl happened. I watched it.
Yep.
Not a sports guy.
Nope. Me neither.
As I've made very clear. But I had fun. We watched the Bad Bunny halftime show. I know that you were probably switching over to Kid Rock.
You know me so well.
Other than that, let's see. What have I done? Still editing. Still watching movies. Cooking a lot.
Still cooking. Yes.
Trying to teach my kid to cook.
Yeah.
Trying to pass it down.
Is he interested in it? Because it's hard to teach someone if they're not interested in something, you know?
Yeah. He's been asking to make gnocchi. So we just remade gnocchi tonight. And I told him, I said, next time, you're all on your own.
To make gnocchi?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I should say we're buying gnocchi and making dinner with it.
Oh, I thought we were making homemade gnocchi.
No, you can for sure, but some things you're going to make gnocchi, it's going to taste like gnocchi. Like, it's like making pasta at home. It's great to have fresh pasta, but Hey, did we get any reviews this week?
Oh my gosh, we did. Let me pull it up so we can share it with everyone, because I know they're like, hey, we haven't heard a review in a while, and you guys are going to love this one.
Okay. I got to tell you, not to be a little sad little baby boy, but...
Sad little baby boy?
I stopped checking for reviews because we get them so infrequently now.
I mean, to be honest, same.
Yeah.
And so the fact that this one came in, I was like, I don't even know what a review is. What does that even look like, feel like? It was like a blur in the distance, and then it came in focus, and it kind of like revitalized me a little bit.
I'm getting a review. I haven't even gotten a view.
Exactly. Okay, but this one is from number 1. Number 11.
Okay.
And the title is SethxSeth. So Seth by Seth. 5 stars. I'm here for Seth, the other one, and yet I can't help but appreciate the embarrassment of riches at the sound of another lovely Seth.
I read this and I was so confused. I was like, what are you talking about, number 1?
Number 11. Okay, well, you did an episode.
Right.
With
and then
Seth.
My senses came to me. Yeah. And I was like, oh, right. So we had our friend Seth on, and we talked about the film Iron Lung that came out last month. And I got to say, I'm pretty proud of myself. I had a whole episode with another Seth, and we didn't make jokes about it like every 5 seconds.
How is that possible? It's just like a missed opportunity.
We put on our big Seth pants and we dealt with the subject at hand, which
I mean,
was
we got
the
a
film
review out of it.
Iron Lung.
So
I
I
know.
feel should I leave? Maybe we should just every week you talk to a different Seth, and it could be called Seth Friends.
Listen, I don't know if I've told the story on here or where I've told it, but when I was in high school, I found a MySpace group called the Seths. And the only criteria for joining was you had to be named Seth. And we would all talk about what it was like to be named Seth. And it was, people talk about like finding their people. I don't know what that means. But that was like the closest I ever came in my life. It was so weird.
Yeah.
And there was Seths of all different ages and all different walks of life and all different body types. But we were all very similar.
Our friend Tim did that, Tim Barnett, and he went on Facebook and found all the other Tim Barnetts and friended them. Just
That's awesome.
very, very funny. Yeah.
So maybe one day I'll find 52 Seths and
You know what? I'd leave on that note, and I'd be okay with that. So
I've never thought to find another Seth Vargas.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, all right. That'd be a fun little segment. Just call it Finding Myself, and it's people who find
Well,
people with their same name.
Well, I told you about that podcast, Jacob Reed and Me, that came out last year. This guy is named Jacob Reed. He gets confused all the time for different Jacob Reeds. Actually, a new season's coming back because I'm part of their Patreon, and I cannot wait. It's so good. So it's in the same vein, sharing a
Very
name with
exciting.
someone. Yes.
Very exciting. You ever text your number neighbor?
My number neighbor. Is that like where it's the last digit is different?
So whatever your
No.
cell phone number is.
I never texted my number neighbor.
Yeah, so if your phone number ends in 5, you just text the person who's has the same number as yours, but it ends in 4 and it ends in 6. So you have 2 number neighbors.
Have you done this?
I did, and he was a bum. Not fun at all. Like, you're supposed to be like, hey, we're number neighbors, hi. And they're like, hooray, woohoo. And mine was just like, okay. And I was like, come on, man.
Oh, I've never thought to do this.
Yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try again.
Okay. Hey, did we get any emails?
We did.
Email.
First up, subject line is schmovies. It says, Dear movie friends, one of my movie goals for 2026 is to catch up on Movie Friends episodes. So I have been binging episodes. I've listened to 8 or 9 in a row, and I'm having a great time. I just want to stop and say that
It makes me really uncomfortable.
is real wild.
It's like a lot of Michelle and Seth in your head.
I know.
We can't even handle that, you know?
No. Oh,
No.
God, no. I actually said to you after I posted that episode with Seth, I was like, I am so done talking and hearing myself talk because I have to do the episodes and then I have to edit them. So it is too much.
Yep.
Okay, the email continues. I never get tired of hearing the two of you. It's a highlight of my day. Isn't that nice?
That's so nice.
I've recently listened to The Peanut Butter Solution, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and the Troll 2 episodes. I couldn't help but notice that Seth and Michelle, especially Michelle, seem a lot happier discussing these kinds of movies. Schmovies. Michelle always seems inspired to do deep dives about them. She also has been very interested in Andy Kaufman and Ed Wood. I can't help but wonder if movie friends should become schmovie friends. After all, didn't Michelle coin that phrase? Your friend, Sean Shank. P.S.
Wow.
Michelle, I would go to your Troll 2 party.
Thank you, Sean Shank. We do love our schmovies, don't we?
We do. I don't know that I would want to do it all the time. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. And I've been thinking so much about the origin of schmovie, what it means. We've talked about it at lengths of like, what is a schmovie, what's not. And really, like, the origin of schmovie came from me hating Clifford.
Right.
That I
Which
watched.
is painful.
painful. And I was like, this is not even good enough to be called a movie.
Painful for me that you hate
sorry.
it.
But like painful for me because I was like, this isn't even good enough to be called a movie. It is a schmovie. And then all of a sudden, schmovie became truly a compliment.
Yeah, a positive.
A positive where it's almost a film. So I don't know. I'm like, if I watched Clifford again, maybe it was because I had COVID, but I have a feeling I still wouldn't like it.
The COVID Clifford, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You and I should watch Clifford the next time we're together.
I would watch it with you in person. I'm not spending my free time doing that.
Oh my.
It's not happening. I'm not.
Well, thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Very, very kind words. We got another email. Subject line is Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It says, Jamila saying how young she was when this came out broke my brain. Now, this was an episode that I did during our Twilight series with our good friend Jamila. The email continues, I never noticed the but anyway, but now I hear it all the time. And Jamila pointed out that I say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess like to transition thoughts.
But anyway,
the wedding song is insane. And I disagree. It's the Fat Cat song.
Yep.
It's great. I think it's fun. Anyway, naming the baby EJ is wild. P.S. I'm ready for this to be over. Haha. P.S.S. I can't wait to see this movie that you're making. And that email's from Ben.
Thank you, Ben. Hey, about that movie we're making.
That movie that we're making.
We have a new Patreon show that will be up by the time this episode comes out. And we're doing a series over on Patreon, just covering behind the scenes of our journey of us making a movie for the first time and what that process is like for us.
Yep.
So if that interests you, you should check it out.
Yeah, and if it doesn't interest you, you're a jerk.
Well, no, they're not a jerk.
Come on, we're just two fledgling kids out here in the wild trying to make a movie.
They can support us. They don't have to listen to the show, though. You know?
That's true, too.
There's so many other goodies on Patreon. Like, if you're not into listening to us talk about our experience of, what's it like to write a script, Seth? I don't know, Michelle. You know? Well, it's not that, I promise.
I was going to say, it's a little different than that, but okay. So, hey, if you want to be like Ben and Sean, send us an email, moviefriendspodcast@gmail.com. And hey, if you want to listen to that series and also support us making the movie, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Look, your money doesn't go to buy us bagels and hot chocolate, okay? We're buying props and special effects and costumes.
Do you think we should tease like little things we're buying to give them like an incentive of like, oh yeah, I want to be a part of that. I want to know that I purchased them a bandana or something, you know?
I think I'll bring the bandana. I think I got one of those at home.
Well, you know what I mean. I was like, do I say the thing I know we have to buy?
Yeah, sure. Tease. What's one prop that we're buying?
A cockroach.
That's right, folks. A single
cockroach. One cockroach. So, today's episode is Batman the movie. My pick for February, and I'm as shocked as you are, Seth, to be honest with you. Batman the movie came out in 1966, directed by Leslie H. Martinson, written by Lorenzo Semple Jr., based on the characters created by Bob Kane, edited by Harry Gersard, cinematography Howard Schwartz, composed by Nelson Riddle, and costume designer Pat Bartow. Starring Adam West, Burt Ward, Lee Merriweather, Cesar Romero, Burgess Meredith, and Frank Gorshin. This movie was made for $1.3 million, made $3.9 at the box office. It was made in about 28 days.
Nice.
Yeah. Seth, why don't you read us our Bat summary?
4 of Gotham's most mischievous villains have teamed up to unleash their most outrageous plot yet. kidnapping world leaders and holding them for ransom. But how? By dehydrating them into dust, of course. With Robin by his side, Batman races across land, sea, and sky to stop the Joker, the Penguin, the Riddler, and Catwoman before world domination takes over in Holy Feature, Batman the Movie.
Very nice. So this came to be because after we watched The Dark Knight, had our conversation about it, I expressed I was interested in the Joker, and then I thought about watching I remembered watching Batman from the 1960s, the TV series, and so then that got me in like a tailspin, and I wanted to watch this movie. And so I've never seen it before. You've never seen it before. What'd you think? I've been like dying to talk to you about it to see if you felt the way I felt.
So I have such a small experience with Adam West's Batman and the Batman TV show.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple episodes here and there. I very distinctly remember watching this on TV at my grandparents' house as a real small child and thinking like, wow, why do my grandparents only have old TV? I also remember watching Taxi at their house and Mork and Mindy, things like that. Anyway, so I sit down to watch this, and first of all, incredible opening credits. Gorgeous.
And the messages of who this movie is for.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, you're right. Let's rewind to that.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant. Can I read it Can I read it?
Yeah, read it.
Okay. Acknowledgement. We wish to express our gratitude to the enemies of crime and crusaders against crime throughout the world for their inspirational example. To them and to lovers of adventure, lovers of pure escapism, lovers of unadulterated entertainment, lovers of the ridiculous and the bizarre. To fun lovers everywhere, the picture is respectfully dedicated. If we have overlooked any sizable groups of lovers, we apologize. The producers. I love it. I love it.
It's so stupid and lovely. And so then we get the opening credits where it's just like a single color and Batman and Robin are chasing a bad guy through the streets, and you get a couple other little characters here and there. And I'm dead serious. It is gorgeous. Like, it's not like, oh, pretty good for a little comedy movie. Wonderful. My wife was sitting next to me and she's like, these are like the best opening credits. Why are these so good? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think the rest of the movie is like this. So I'm watching it and I love it. I'm laughing a ton. There's a lot happening that's so overt. There's stuff happening that's very subtle. And I went into this knowing that the Batman TV show has been lampooned and mocked for years and years and years. I gotta tell you, I don't find anything wrong with this. Like, this style of Batman, I think is great. And I actually think that there should be a version of this that's still being made in connection with like the crazy amount of Batman projects that we still get.
Yeah.
There should be funny Batman too.
Yeah, I agree. And like I talked about in the Dark Knight episode, and as you know, like my superhero world knowledge is very small. Mm-hmm. And so it's now growing with my knowledge of Batman, but I personally, I think both can exist. Both do. We can have this campiness, and then we can have the dark, more grounded versions that have become to be. But this is just so fun. And for the time to see this, one, it was such a craze to have like a superhero show appear like this in the 1960s. Yeah. And it was just like the comic book was like popping off the screen. Like, how can we relay what happens in a comic book on screen? And I think they just did a beautiful job.
Right. Okay, so you said that this came to you because we had done The Dark Knight and Joker. But like we mentioned last week, this is a movie that you have talked about doing forever.
I know.
One of the first movies that you were like, you know what we should do? The 1966 Batman. And I remember you saying that all the way back then and being like, why? And not why, like, that's a bad idea. Just like, of every movie to like pull out of thin air.
Yeah.
So why?
There was a time, I was trying to like pinpoint the year, but I was watching Batman, the TV show, and the Jetsons, like back to back. That was like my nighttime viewing. And I just found it so fun and so funny. And I love the aesthetic. I love 1960s aesthetic. And so when you pitched this idea to do this movie podcast, I was like, oh, we should do the Batman movie. Probably maybe at the time I was watching it on TV on Hulu.
Right.
Because it was streaming on Hulu at some point. And then it's like, you can't find this TV series anywhere. It's incredibly difficult.
And that was such a bummer because I had put off watching this movie for this episode because I was like, oh, I really, really want to watch at least a couple episodes, right? And I kept like looking different places and hoping that I would just suddenly find it like on Internet Archive or, it would magically just come to Hulu the next day. And all I could find were like fight compilations on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is still good and still kind of gives you, somewhat of an idea.
Yeah. And you can find like certain scenes. Like I think I mentioned in our Dark Knight episode, the surfing competition between Joker and Batman, like it's so funny. You can find all the cameo and the window pop outs when Robin and Batman are scaling the walls, every person who appeared. But yeah, you can't find full episodes unless you purchase it, which is just, it's just frustrating.
Which I was like, maybe I'll do that. And then it was like $3 an episode. I know. I was like, what are you talking? Are you insane?
I haven't checked the library to see if it's available to rent because I'm very close to doing that.
Yes.
So originally, this movie was supposed to be a pilot to the TV series. It was supposed to come first.
Okay.
And due to scheduling and budget, they ended up airing the first season of the series and then shot the movie. And the movie aired between the first and second seasons. And the goal of the movie was to sell this franchise overseas.
What?
Just to gain for marketing. Like, hey, look what we're doing. Let's see if you're into it. Which I found interesting because
not for domestic television?
It was for domestic audiences. Also, like a big thing too is at the time, a lot of houses didn't have color televisions. And for them to go to the movies and see this TV series they've been watching in color. I mean, can you imagine going and seeing Batman in color? Like it would blow my mind. I mean, the colors that are used here, they're popping off the screen, right? But yeah, they wanted to sell overseas and sell this series. For the pilot of the TV series, when it first aired, it flopped. It did terrible. The audiences didn't get it. They didn't like it. And due to marketing, that definitely helped. And so by the time the movie came, audiences were ready for it and excited for it.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I was curious about that because this comes out in 66, but then the TV show runs from 66 to 68.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be really curious to speak to someone who was alive back then and be like...
To experience the show for the first time?
Yeah, like, did you like Batman?
Well, from my understanding, it's like kids took it so seriously. And then the adults who were like tuned into the humor, like, oh, I see the innuendos that we're doing here. This is funny. I understand the campiness of it. The other big thing was they had 2 episodes per week, and the first episode always ended on a cliffhanger. And so in between the 2, it caused all this chatter of like, oh my God, is Robin going to make it? There was like specifically this one episode where Robin gets stuck in a giant clam. And people were really worried that he was going to die. And so people in between those episodes we're like, oh my God, is Robin going to die? I don't know if he's going to make it. And so it just caused such a popularity. And this was also like a big thing in TV scheduling to do this at the time.
Right. Okay. So people thought that Robin would...
Well, kids, mostly kids thought this, but that's how it became so popular.
Wow. Robin and the Clam. Okay. All right.
And if you think of also what was on at the time, you have Star Trek, you have Bewitched, you have I Dream of Jeannie, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. So like Batman, even though it's like the first of the superhero genre at this time period to be on, you really think about it, it's playful, it's colorful, you really fit in nicely.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
It's like big heaping spoonfuls of what I understand to be 60s, like mainstream pop culture.
Yes.
Yeah. Where it's like a little psychedelic, just like a little bit.
Right.
But then it's also like incredibly corny. It's like, it feels like everyone in the 60s was like, hey, let's really make fun of like Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
When it had like just happened.
Yeah.
Like that'd be like if every show in the 90s was like, let's just pretend that we're in the 80s and talk like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So Ant watched this with me, and he's watched the series like when I watched it, but when it ended, he's like, his thing was, did they know what they were doing, essentially? Like, are the writers being self-aware of what they're putting out? And I was like, yes, Ant, this is 100% intentional. This campiness from the start is completely intentional. And because we got in this whole discussion, which we'll get into when we do our ratings, but he's like, is this a movie? Is this a schmovie? What makes a movie? What makes a schmovie?
Right.
In terms of like intention behind it and all of it. But I was like, no, like the writers know exactly what they're doing. Adam West knows exactly how to deliver the lines. Like everybody is on the same page of what's happening in this tone.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I had to pause it and rewind a couple times just in the opening because there were jokes that I wanted to really understand and like read. And what I appreciated about the humor is the signs, just the signs that are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because a sign means that you had to think about what you wanted a sign to say. You had to make the sign, then you had to hang the sign, right? So I bring this up now to comment on that idea of like intentionality, where if you have Batman and Robin and they're kind of running around and maybe the acting's a little weird and maybe the dialogue is a little weird, you could go out on a limb and be like, I don't know if they know that this sucks.
Right.
But when you put a sign above a switch that says automatic costume changer and they hit it on their way down a pole 3 times in the movie, they keep hitting this switch to explain how they start on the pole in their dress clothes and then end up in their costumes at the bottom. And that's like very much my type of humor.
Same.
And then it gets so specific over the course of the movie where like not only does Batman have a gadget for, separating different colored dust particles, but it's labeled with the exact title of the machine.
He has a repellent spray for sharks, for whales, for porpoise, like every specific.
Well, so that was eye-opening for me because I've heard the shark repellent Batman joke mocked throughout my life. Like, oh yeah, it's so stupid. He even has shark repellent. And I thought to myself, oh, that is really stupid. Not knowing that the movie knows that it's stupid. And I'm angry because every time I've heard this joke told, they don't tell it right because they don't mention that when Batman says, pass me down the bat shark spray repellent that Robin has to go through 4 different cans of, porpoise, manta ray,
Whale.
I think is one of the
There's
whale.
whale. Yeah.
So there's all these different sprays. And so a dumb joke becomes a smart joke when you actually see it play out.
I mean, this reminded me of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Another wonderful film.
If I could only be so smart to write something like this, would be amazing. Like if I could create this, wow.
I agree. I mean,
could we, Seth? I think we can. It's not. Hey, spoiler for our friends. Our movie's not this. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like this is absurd, right?
I love it.
This leaves the realm of like witty back and forth to an absurd world.
Yeah.
I think that we could. Yeah. I would love to make something like this.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Batman, played by Adam West. What do you know about Adam West? Have you seen him in other things?
Family Guy.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think Family Guy, where he plays the mayor. Mm-hmm. And as far as I remember, he's himself. He's Adam West as the mayor. And he's kind of like a silly version of the actor who maybe still thinks he's Batman, or at least still acts as if he's in the Batman movie and TV show, right?
I think so. It's been a while. I watched so little Family Guy.
Oh, you were not a Family Guy?
Not really. Like in the beginning, a little, and then it got old for me.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched Family Guy.
Yeah.
Since I was 14.
Right. Right. So I don't really remember. Like I know Adam West was in it, but the details of his character, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, the only film that I've seen him in is Drop Dead Gorgeous, where he just like does a cameo as himself. So I'm incredibly not familiar with him.
Yeah, same. I mean, like the brief watching of Family Guy and then him as Batman is pretty much it for me. He seems like a really funny guy. Like he's in on it. And the way he can deliver these lines with such a straight tone and face, I think also what just like makes all of this work.
I had a realization as I was watching this, and I'm very curious if you feel the same way or if you think I'm like way off base here. But as I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, this is very funny. Then at one point, the characters start to say something like, Batman, did you like hit your head? And he's like, no. And then towards the end, when Batman and Robin are like in the batcave and they're wearing like smocks and face masks because they're sorting out the dust. And then at the very end, when they're at the United World whatever thing, I was like, I think that this Batman is insane. Like, I think that like genuinely like in the world of this TV show, this Batman has like lost his mind. And the whole performance made more sense. That like you have Robin, who's just this like, oh gee whiz, Batman, wow, okay, and like he's like this kind of dumb kid, and then you have Batman, who's like, yes, yeah, and like I think that he's nuts. I think that he's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I didn't pick up on that. I didn't think that, but if I were to watch the entire series and then look at the film and see where that fits in, maybe I would have a different feeling towards Batman and what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess when it dawned on me, it's when he calls the authorities or someone and he's like, there's a submarine. It's full of human jetsam. It's like, what? And then I was like, this guy's lost his mind. He's actually insane. But I still enjoyed it. I mean, I still thought it was a really good, interesting performance. And if we put it up against George Clooney in Batman and Robin, he's doing a mostly comedic performance too, but it's nothing like Clooney's funny Batman is nothing like Adam West's funny Batman. Adam West's funny Batman feels like a whole thing. It feels like he has an inner world and dialogue going on within himself. I was fascinated, like really fascinated by this take.
Yeah. And what about this take of Robin? Does this feel pretty on par? Like my only Robin to compare this to would be Batman and Robin that we covered. And I remember us discussing the age difference and how we felt that Robin should be younger, and that's usually how it is. Like, how do you like Burt Ward as Robin, Boy Wonder?
I thought he was great. I didn't look this up. Do you know the age difference between them?
I think Adam West was 36 or 37, and Burt Ward was Adam West is 17 years older than Burt Ward.
Okay.
So West was 37. So he was like
20.
And Ward was 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, he seems very young.
Yeah. I mean, this was like one of his first jobs. So he just had that naivete to him. He was just so green.
I loved him. I loved all of his little exclamations. Holy whatever, fill in the blank.
Yeah. Holy Halloween. Also just figuring out the riddles so quickly.
Oh my
And then
God.
Batman just being like, precisely.
The riddle gag. Okay, all right.
I know.
There's so many fun gags and bits in this. The riddle gag was incredible, kind of just start to finish. They shoot out a rocket and then they're like, look, it wrote something. And normally in skywriting, it's like 5 words max. And there's just full-blown sentences that are written in perfect writing, like perfect font, clear as day. And this is how the Riddler gives his riddles to Batman.
That's right. Did you have a favorite one? Did you have a favorite riddle?
A favorite riddle? What's the one that ends, what weighs 6 ounces and lives in a tree and is dangerous or something?
What weighs 6 ounces, sits in a tree, and is dangerous? A sparrow with a machine gun.
Right. The reason I love that is because when we talked about The Dark Knight, we were talking about how Christopher Nolan and various filmmakers want to make comic books serious, or at least like grounded.
Yeah.
In this movie, you have the Joker and the Riddler flying through the air on flying umbrellas. It's so stupid. But to me, the whole thing is stupid. All of the material is stupid. The idea that there's a billionaire who fights crime against someone named the Penguin is so stupid. So they kind of went the other way with it, where they were like, we're going to make this so unbelievable.
Right.
And to me, I mean, look, we said The Dark Knight's great, right? Incredible film, really great performances, blah, blah, blah. But to me, this tone rings more true than these grounded superhero movies.
It rings true to the comic books.
Yeah, well, just the idea.
Yes.
That there's a penguin with an umbrella that shoots you. That's so stupid.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and
the riddles are great.
The riddles were great, but that is the thing. Like, this show the series only lasted like 3 years because audiences got tired of the joke. Like, it was so big, but then audiences were like, no. Comic book fans were like, we want Batman to be taken seriously. We don't want our villains to act like this. We want them to be dark. We want them to be intense. We don't want them to be clownish, even though we literally have a Joker, you know?
Right. When you love something, you don't want to see it mocked, and you don't want to be mocked for liking it.
Right.
You know, you're probably mocked in real life for liking it, and so it doesn't feel too good.
Yeah.
To be the butt of the joke, and you want it to be taken seriously. But I don't know. I think that you should reach a point where like your insecurities don't play into your interests.
Yeah.
Like the idea of guilty pleasure, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's your guilty pleasure movie? It's like, I don't have one. Right. Because I don't feel guilt about pleasure. I don't feel embarrassed to say, yeah, I love this movie.
Right. Yeah. And it was like, I was watching this one documentary on YouTube. It was like it was like not the making of, it was like behind the Batmobile or something like that. But anyway, they were saying that this one person who was speaking was saying like as a kid, they loved it and took it so seriously. And then they got a little bit older, they're like, oh, when they rewatched it, they're like, this isn't really funny. Like, you know, when you become a teenager and you're like, I don't like Halloween anymore. And then you become an adult and you look back and you're like, oh my God, that was actually genius. That was really good. Yeah. And so that was kind of the path for a lot of viewers for this show. The series, rather.
I will say, for how smart the jokes are, I do think the movie is too long.
100,000%. Like, this could have been an hour 15. It's almost 2 hours long. I mean, the bitch, it just keeps going. Like, how many times we're in the bat boat? You know, like we're in the Batcopter, and it's so it could be cut. It could be cut.
I liked seeing all the different. Like, I was like, wow, they're really doing a helicopter. Wow, they're really doing ladder stunts. The Batmobile, the Bat bike.
Yeah, the Bat cycle.
The Bat boat. This movie is not cheap. Like, I don't feel that the movie is cheap, you know? It just knows what it's doing and it knows what it's going for.
Yeah.
But when we're like on our second round of riddles, I'm like, we did that.
Yeah.
We already did that one.
Right.
On this show, we used to do a segment called Cut, Edit, Keep.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like exactly what I would cut and edit and keep from this movie.
What would you cut?
Oh, I would cut 90% of the Catwoman as the Russian and Bruce Wayne.
Kitka. Yeah.
Kitka and Bruce Wayne having a romantic thing.
But you cannot cut her and her little cat Morse code device.
Meowrs Code?
That cannot be cut.
Yeah, no. Meowrs Code was awesome. Like, that was great. Yeah. Was it like a little pendant that she was like clicking?
Yes. When I saw that for the first time.
Did you squeal?
I squealed. I know. Yeah. You know, my list of things I want from movies.
Yeah.
Squealed.
I will say, like, because Kitka is introduced to us first.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her introduction. She reads off her very, very long name. And then she says, I'm from the Moscow Bugle. That was really funny. Then when she goes to their lair and the pirate says, like, ahoy, Catwoman. And she smacks him and she's like, I told you to never use my real name.
Yeah, Lee Merriweather plays Catwoman, replaces Julie Newmar, who Julie Newmar is the one who plays Catwoman in the series, and then Eartha Kitt comes. Julie signed on to a different project at the time, and so that's why she couldn't be in the movie, but everybody else is the same from the TV series. So Burgess is the Penguin, and Cesar Romero is the Joker, Frank Gorshin is the Riddler. What do you think about the other villains?
I think that for the most part, they're all great. I know that this might be sacrilegious, but I think the one that didn't work for me was Frank Gorshin. as the Riddler.
What didn't work for you?
I couldn't place what he was supposed to be. Like, Penguin makes total sense to me. You're a little fancy guy, and you go like, Okay, fine.
Also, monocle, great. It's just there. Love it.
Joker makes sense to me. He's the Joker. He's a much more dialed back Joker. Yeah. And he's definitely playing second fiddle in this movie to Penguin.
Yes.
He's more like, like a lead henchman type more in this movie. Catwoman, I get. And she's great. I mean, I thought Lee Meriwether was awesome.
Yeah.
As Catwoman.
Yeah.
And then Frank Gorshin, I'm like, I don't know. Are you insane? Like the Joker? Are you a fancy guy? Are you into this whole Legion of supervillains? Are you above it? Are you? I don't know. I just couldn't place what he was. And I mean, he's the Riddler. Like, I know what he is, but
right.
It just felt flat to me.
Yeah. And again, to your point of like, what is he? What is he supposed to be? Because like we already have like the guy who's doing the jokes, but the Riddler's not really doing jokes, but he kind of is. He does have a maniacal laugh. I don't know any other Riddlers. This is the only one I know. So am I curious to go find the other Riddlers and see what they're about?
Right.
A little bit, but not enough to chase it like I did with the Joker.
Yeah, I just think that out of the four of them, he's the weakest link. He's the one who's doing the least for me. Even though I love his rocket gag, he's not the rocket gag. The rocket gag is the rocket gag.
Yeah. So I've decided that I know it's only February, but my Halloween party is going to be 1960s Batman.
Wow, incredible.
I will be the Joker.
Okay.
And it's going to be Batman.
Very good.
Who are you going to be? Are you going to be the Penguin? I mean, I guess I can't force you to show up to my themed party as this, but it would be fun if you did.
My thing is like I would reach to be like guinea pig number 4.
Perfect. Love it.
Or like I'll come as the tubes of different colored sand. But yeah, I could be the Penguin. That's probably the easiest. I have to shave my beard though.
No, you don't have to. Ant's not going to shave his beard for Batman.
Oh, okay. It's crazy because I watched this last night, and earlier in the day, I had watched another film with Burgess Meredith.
Wow.
I watched Magic with Anthony Hopkins, where Anthony Hopkins plays a magician who is very talented, but he doesn't really have like the confidence to perform on stage. So he includes a ventriloquist dummy into his act. Mm-hmm. And then reality starts to slip. I guess I'll put it that way. Mm-hmm. And Burgess Meredith plays his like, no nonsense, real New Yorker manager. Hey, kid, Mm-hmm. It's a much more serious film. And then, so I finished that, a couple hours go by, and I put this on, and I was like, oh my God, it's Burgess Meredith again. Very different, obviously.
You're like, wow, such range.
Truly such range. I mean, I think most people would be familiar with him from playing Mickey in the Rocky movies.
Of course.
Which is nothing like, I mean, Mickey's funny, but it's not this.
No.
And then, of course, as we've always said, he's the guy who sells the kids the camp in Camp Nowhere. Mm-hmm. If anyone out there has seen the 1994 film Camp Nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's great.
So we talked about our favorite riddles, but did you have a favorite bit?
I have a couple, I guess.
Okay.
One thing that I really appreciated, and it's along the lines of the riddles, is just like how things are figured out and then immediately accepted as truth.
Yeah.
So one is when Batman is at the police station, and which just looks like an extravagant penthouse apartment for some reason. And they're describing the whole shark helicopter thing. And they're trying to figure out what criminals are behind this plot. And he says, yes, what happened with that shark was kind of fishy. And then someone says, and when there's fish, there's a penguin. He says, yes, the penguin. And then they say, C. This happened out at sea. C for Catwoman. And then they say, the shark was pulling my leg. Like a riddle. Or Joker. I can't remember the exact flow, but like that's how crimes are solved. That's how clues are figured out, is just by wondering. And that's why, like I said, this Batman is insane. This Batman is crazy. Yeah, I really loved that. And then I also loved, it's either 2 or 3 times throughout the film where they talk about the dangers of drinking.
Yes.
And Robin says, gosh, drinking sure is a filthy thing, isn't it? And then later, like, comments on how good Batman is for saving the lives of people who drink.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Batman says, they may be drinkers, Robin, but they're people too. What?
Yep.
What are you talking about? What? That's not even a joke.
It's just commentary.
It's so weird.
It's just like social commentary.
Okay, and then one more. When the Batcopter crashes, and it crashes into a pile of, or is it the Batcopter that crashes?
Yes. Oh my gosh, the foam.
Yeah. And it crashes into a pile of foam rubber. And back to the sign gag. This is a convention for foam rubber salesmen or experts. And in the big pile, right next to the big pile that they land in, is a sign that says foam rubber in its crude form.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great. And then to follow up in that scene, they're trying to get to save the nation, the representatives from the countries, and Robin says, let's grab a cab. And Batman says, at this hour? No. We're in tip-top shape. We'll run. And I lost it. And that is something Anthony would do, because Anthony's like always running. And so they're just running and running and running and running. And like Robin gets like a pain in his stitch. And he's like, I hope it's a stitch in time.
Okay, so Michelle, do you understand what I'm saying? This Batman has lost his mind.
But the whole world has lost their mind. Everybody is on the same page, though, I think.
Ish. Like, I think that everyone is on one level of absurd, and this Batman is just a step further, but everyone accepts it because he's Batman.
Yeah.
And the film shows like just little cracks in the facade. And like that line, oh, I got a stitch in my side. Well, hopefully it's a stitch in time. And then he says something else, and I rewound it like several times. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, literally the sentence that you just said does not make any sense. But foam rubber in its crude form, a sign, I would get that as a tattoo.
That's great.
I would get a little tattoo. Maybe like the signpost just sneaks out of my my pant line, you know? It's just foam rubber in its crude form. Did you have a favorite bit?
Well, I mean, the obvious can't get rid of a bomb gag.
Oh my God.
Was so funny.
That is the one joke that goes on too long that I appreciated that it went on too long.
Agreed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was really funny. And then really, when we didn't, I mean, I feel bad. Whoever's listening to this, hopefully you've seen the movie, because we haven't really summed it up or given the whole plot of the fact that the villains kidnap Commodore Schmidlap owner of like a Big Bend distillery. He has his invention. They steal it. The invention is a dehydrator. And so then the
Right.
villains dehydrate it's not the United Nations, but it's like the Council
Yeah, it's like the
of
World United, whatever. It's the United Nations.
It's the United Nations in this world. Anyway, so when they test to dehydrate the guinea pigs,
yeah.
Catwoman gets on the floor. She's with a dustpan and she's like making sure she gets all of the dust right into individual vials. And Penguin says, "Careful, careful! Every one of them has a mother."
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then it quickly cuts to the next scene. It is
very quick cut.
It's so quick. So if you catch it, you're lucky you.
I almost wondered if Burgess Meredith
ad-libbed it because it says he did. It says he did.
Yeah. Because the cut is so quick.
Yeah.
Every one of them has a mother.
Oh, it's just so delightful. Delightful.
The bomb is great because it's like they sat down and said, okay, what are things that he could run into that'd be like, oh, you can't go this way. And they wrote down a list of like 15 things. And then they're like, okay, but which ones are we going to do? Mm-hmm. And they're like, we're going to do all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And like when we get to, first it's like, oh no, some people. Then it's like a kissing couple. And then it's like nuns. And then
baby.
It's a woman with a baby.
Then it's ducks in the water. Can't throw it in the water.
When it got to the ducks, I was like, this is so stupid. And then yes, Batman's line, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. And then he finally gets rid of it. And he's protected by, it was like a pile of metal.
That was another really funny line. He's like, yeah, I hid behind this pile of reinforced steel or whatever.
Yeah, like Robin's like, Batman. And Batman's like, Robin, I'm okay. Thank goodness I got rid of that bomb in a timely manner.
I also like Batman with a sword. We get Batman and a sword in the big submarine fight, which is when we finally get the famous Batman, 1960s Batman action bubble words.
Yes. This was a huge thing. Like this TV series, this introduction of doing it brought this to the screen. And they joke about it. They say like, oh, these actually helped because to mask how bad the fighting actually looked, like in the TV series. But really, this brought like the comic book to life to have like kapow and punch and wham across the screen. What I loved about that whole sequence is the fact that at one point Batman is holding Hecate, who is Catwoman's cat, while fighting the bad guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's great.
And then he like throws him.
Hecate into the little wrap.
Yeah. I liked, everything with Catwoman I dug. When they start taking on water and she says something like, I don't do water. I laughed out loud and I was like, oh yeah, of course she doesn't. That's kind of funny. And then at one point when we cut to the submarine, she's just chilling in the corner, scratching her back with a back scratcher. And I was like, you know what? Every Catwoman should always be scratching.
Mm-hmm. And when she's like grooming herself at one point. Mm-hmm. How did you like the villain lair? I love it's shot on a Dutch angle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I love
I thought it was good. I almost thought that like what was happening was inconsequential. Like not that I didn't follow it, but I just didn't care too much about like, oh, a dehydrator. I was like, okay, what? Nothing means anything to me.
Oh, so. Yeah, no. But I meant just like in the background, like we have a tank of I think it had like one fish and it said penguin food. And then you have like the next bookshelf said jokes. Like I just like the life layer we were adding to the set.
Yeah, yeah. Every supervillain has their own cubby as if it's kindergarten.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
And like the Riddler's is just a bunch of riddle books, I suppose. No, I mean, I loved it. I did, like I said, it's long and I found myself starting to check out.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is still going. And it's still very funny. And like, that's the thing that sucks about movies that just go on a little long. And to bring back up Iron Lung that I talked about with Seth last week, you can have stuff that's like really, really good elements, but I feel like almost no element stands up to time. And so it's not that the stuff in the middle of this movie isn't just as funny as the stuff that precedes it or that comes after it. It's just, you're like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
When I pulled this up to watch it, and I saw it was an hour and 45 minutes, I was like, how? How is that possible?
I know.
Now, I had asked you if you watched the TV show The Monkees, and I was shocked to hear you say that you hadn't.
Until I Googled it, and I was like, oh, yeah, this vaguely looks familiar. I mean, if you were watching it on Nick at Night, that means I was probably watching it on Nick at Night. Because,
well, that's why it's always surprising for you to have not seen a TV show, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well,
like of the two of us, if I've seen TV and you haven't, that's outrageous.
Well, especially a Nick at Night show. I have to ask Krista because, I mean, that was my whole early teens. I would just watch Nick at Night, you know.
So the Monkees TV show was the same year, 1966. It also only ran for a couple seasons. But the humor, I found the humor in the Batman movie like really reminded me of the Monkees TV show. And like, I don't know, maybe this type of humor just doesn't land with people, but I appreciated it. I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah, I don't think this is for everyone. It's camp. So if you don't like this campy humor, I can imagine there's be some people in my life who'd be like, this, like my sister would probably be like, this is really stupid.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay, it's just not for you.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, your humor, my level. I'm clearly more intelligent when it comes to humor over you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, okay, so can we talk about Cesar Romero's mustache?
Yeah, we can. He refused to shave it. And so when I do my Halloween costume, I will have that.
That's awesome.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was saying to Aunt, you know, and this is something that happens with me, but for the most part, when I come up with an idea, I pretty much stick to it, especially with a Halloween party. I was like, I want to have just a Batman themed party. I was like, should I make my birthday party a Batman themed party? And next month, everybody has to come dressed like they are from the 1960s, from Batman or just from this era. And the whole house, I mean, imagine everything could just be labeled like Bat Fridge, Holy Toilet. Like there's so much to play with in my house. But Aunt was like, no, I'm sold. We have to do this for Halloween. And I was like, it's kind of nice to have Halloween figured out already.
Right. Big weight off your mind.
Yeah.
Well, so like as far as like the campiness and the humor, not for everybody,
Yes.
I feel like, okay, I should say, I don't think it matters which side you fall on. Truly. I don't want to be exclusive and say like, oh, you know, you're not part of the cool club. But I think that a good like litmus test is if you see Cesar Romero's Joker and you're watching this and you're like, okay. And then you're like, wait a minute, he's got a mustache. They just painted over his mustache. One side of the room is going to say that's really funny and that's really cool. And I actually like that. And the other half is going to say that's dumb. And if you find that to be dumb, you probably aren't going to like the whole movie. And so I'm glad that you and I are on the side of like, finding it to be, you know, when they climb up the wall and then the guy comes out and he's like, hey, you were right. There was someone climbing up the wall.
It's great.
One last thing before we move on. I just want to mention again, like the whole, sorry to stick to this, but like the whole Batman is insane thing. When they realize that Catwoman is what's her name? Kit Kat? Kitka. Batman like looks off and hears romantic music for like 10 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, what is happening here? And then Robin is like, I get it, Batman. This is tough. And Batman's like, nah, it means nothing. Snap on the bat cuffs. That had me dying. And yeah, I was like, okay. All right. Adam West is out of his mind. Great.
Yeah. Let's go into our happies and crappies.
It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies. It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies. It's time for happies and crappies.
So my happy, I have a lot of happies, but I will just pick one, and it's Batman fighting while holding Hecate. And I really tried to find this cat actor, the information about the cat. Was this cat stressed out during this scene? Anyway, I couldn't find any information on Hecate. My crappy is just that I wish it was shorter. I enjoy everything, but we definitely could have cut this down. What about you?
My happy is the opening credits, because I think it's proof that these people kind of could make beautiful images if they wanted to. And they opted to do this instead, which I think is pretty awesome. My crappy is also just the runtime.
Yeah.
I know it's boring, but
I know.
But I just was like, man, this is like what a 1-2 punch this would be if it was, like you said, 82 minutes long.
All right, so we've talked about how we feel about the movie, but let's hear from strangers on the internet in a segment we call Half Star, 3-Star, 5-Star. These are reviews from letterboxd.com, which is a website and app where you can log, rate, and review movies. We start with a half-star review, which is the lowest rating you can give a film, and go all the way up to a 5-star review, which is the highest rating you can give a film. And on this show, Seth reads our half-star reviews in an accent or impersonation. I do have a request for you. I'm not sure if you can do it. Can you read our half-star review in the same vein as the Penguin?
Well, okay, normal Burgess Meredith is like, they'll kill ya! Ah! So how is Penguin different from Burgess Meredith?
He just quacks. It would be like, yeah,
so
it's
you want
unwatchable.
Me to quack the whole...
Without any, I just picture, I told Aunt, I was like, Seth would be such a good Penguin.
Yeah. It's unwatchable.
We could spin
without any hesitation. Like, that's not Penguin. You know what I mean? Like,
all right.
I'm just saying, is it? You tell me.
I don't know. You're the voices guy. We'll just go over to our Wheel of Voices.
Wheel of Voices.
Okay.
Let's see what we got over here.
It's Burgess Meredith.
I know. It's Burgess Meredith as the Penguin.
It's Mickey from Rocky. He wants to murder you. See, that's easy to do. Mickey I can hear his voice.
Yeah. Well, Miss Piggy, will you please read our half-star review for Batman the movie?
Oh, yes, Michelle.
Hello, friend.
Well, it's wonderful to be back on this lovely show.
It's lovely to have you.
Hello, Seth. Hello, Miss Piggy. How are you? I'm doing quite well. Yeah, okay. Did I offend Miss Piggy at some point on this show?
Yeah. Refer back to Wake Up with Movie Friends.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot.
Yeah, Miss Piggy has it out for you.
Well, anyway, let's get this show on the road. Okay. Here is a half-star review for Batman, the movie from 1966. Yeah, it's unwatchable. They, without any hesitation, call a ladder a normal ladder. Nothing special with it. Bat ladder. It's okay for a Batmobile or something like that, but for other things, unnecessary.
Thank you so much. Miss Piggy, have you seen this Batman before?
Oh, yes, darling. I love it.
I figured you would. You get it, Miss Piggy.
Oh, I am a camp queen, baby.
Thank you, Miss Piggy, for reading our half-star review.
Mwah, mwah. Thank you to all my favorite listeners out there in Movie Friends Land. Goodbye. How come she likes you?
Well, come on now.
Welcome.
Come on. How about Peach?
Okay. I'm a peach.
Yeah, but this review had
this
me
is unwatchable
LOLing.
because of the bat letter. That's the joke.
Well, clearly this person, like, can you imagine leaving a 5-star review because you're like, fine, Batmobile's fine, but ladder is where I call it. That's my
right. But that's
I
what's
know.
funny is they look at the comic and they say, "Oh, his car is called the Batmobile." Well, I guess everything should just be called the Bat. Oh, it's a Bat-arrain. Oh, it's a Bat, Batcopter. So they
Right.
just take it to that ridiculous degree because it is ridiculous. It's so stupid for Batman as Christian Bale to be like, Alfred, get the Batmobile. Like, come on.
I know. And I couldn't help but think about that too as I'm watching. Like, wow, look how far we've come. Look at what has happened to Batman. And there's good. There's like we said, like two can exist. The Dark Knight is great, but man,
Sure.
Come on now. It's very silly. All of this is very silly.
You need this to show how stupid it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, you needed to remember how stupid it is because look, I'm just gonna say it. You have to grow up. At a certain point, you have to grow up and admit that the things that you thought were so super cool when you were a kid, they aren't really. But you can poke fun of them,
Right.
and I think that that's a healthy part of anyone's like psychological well-being is also being able to poke fun at yourself. Grow up. Get over yourself. Get over the Batmobile. Get over the Bat ladder. It's all stupid. Like, look, call me the Joker, but it's all a laugh. It's all a big joke.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, 3-star review says, silly in the best of ways. Its campiness and corniness is balanced out by a genuine, raw depiction of the superhero. The essence of what it's all meant to be. Silly fun, high-stake consequences that feel slapstick and laughs over ultra violence. Fun time. Nothing amazing, but a grand blast from the past.
I liked how that review was written.
Yeah. And then the 5-star review says, the decision to film every second inside the villain's lair, often for minutes at a time on the Dutch angle, is an unbelievable choice.
I agree. Beautiful film.
So obviously Ebert didn't rate this. I'm just going to skip over that. Ebert started rating in 67.
Oh, so we just missed his thoughts on this.
We just missed Ebert's thoughts, yeah.
That sucks. Sucks. I don't think he would have, I don't know. Maybe he would have had fun with it, but.
Depending on the mood. But beginning, like if he started in 67, like let's say this came out in 67, he's fresh. What fresh Ebert say,
Right.
Yeah. But here we rate things as a movie, schmovie, or film. We rate it 1 through 5 stars, give our thoughts on the runtime, if we recommend it or not, and we give a shout out to whatever part of the film's practical filmmaking stood out to us. Before we record each episode, we write down a guess of what the other host will rate the film, and every time we guess correctly, we get to add a point to our tattoo tally. And whoever has the most points at the end of the year gets to pick a tattoo for the other host that will then get tattooed on them without knowing what it is first. I sadly have 0 points in my tally. Seth has 2.
Woo.
Okay. What is it now to help you? Who has to go first?
I have to go first.
So, what does that mean?
So you guess for me first.
Okay. All right, Seth, for you, I wrote down 3-star movie.
Oh no, you were so close. 3.5-star movie. It would be a 4-star movie. It would maybe even be a 5-star movie if it wasn't so freaking long. It's so funny. I just take this as a comedy. I don't take, like the action is so secondary. I don't care that the punches aren't connecting. It's just not what the point of the thing is to me. 3.5-star movie. This is a great time. I recommend everyone see this. As far as the practical filmmaking, the set decoration, I think, is the standout. Costumes, maybe. But to me, it's really all of the jokes put into the set decorating. And again, we're doing helicopter stunts.
Yeah.
In a freaking Batman, like this is serious. it ends on a shark joke exploding thing, but they did something with this movie. They did more with it than they had to, I guess I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for you, this is a rare rating, but I feel okay about it. I am guessing a 4-star schmovie.
Oh, 3.5 movie for me.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we rated it the same.
We did rate it the same. This is so much fun. And like you said, like, like story-wise, and I feel like this episode, to recap it wasn't really a recap episode. We kind of just talked about how we felt about it. Like, we didn't even talk about the ending. Like, obviously, Batman and Robin saved the day. And
Yeah.
and the representatives of other countries, they get hydrated again, even though now they're speaking a different language. And it's funny.
Right.
Like, clear. I hope you watched it if you're listening to this. But
yes,
the point is, this is fun. It is funny. Like you said, this would be rated much higher for me if it was just cut a little bit shorter. I'm recommending this if I find someone at a party and we start talking about campiness and maybe similar movies. Like, I brought it up on Sunday because my friend was saying that she pretty much only watches things from the 1960s. And I was like, speaking of the 1960s. So, yeah. And then practical filmmaking, the sets for me were everything. And I wanted to just bring up, you said the costumes. From my understanding, the costumes look the way they look because they wanted them to look like if superheroes made their own costumes.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And that makes sense to me.
And I respect that greatly.
Yeah. I love it. And they're actually, the Riddler, like we said, kind of fell short for us. But there's one point where he takes off his jacket and he has like a vest on, and the back of his vest is very colorful, and I very much liked that. So this was a fun one.
Hey, if you thought that we were a fun one, we'd love it if you give us a rating and a review wherever you're listening. You can also send us an email, moviefriendspodcast@gmail.com. Listen, I'm going to say it right now. If you are listening to this show for the first time because we covered Batman 1966, you must send us an email.
Please.
If you are looking through our list of movies and you thought, oh, cool, they talked about Batman 1966, you got to send us an email. I need to know what type of person you are. Please.
They might have not gotten this far. They might be like,
they actually, they were like,
ooh.
Oh, they don't get it. You can also support the show, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Hey, look, Patreon is a service, okay? Here's how it works. You sign up, you put in your payment information, and once a month, it pulls $5 out of your account, and then it sends us some of that $5.
Right. Exactly.
We then use that to pay for the hosting of our show, all of the little bits and bobs that it takes to put on Movie Friends. And then we put whatever money's left over into the movie that we're making. So one, you get access to all of our additional shows, ad-free episodes, our patron-only Discord. You get to vote on upcoming episodes every single month and monthly themes every quarter. So you get all that stuff. 2, you get to support an independent podcast. And 3, you get to literally fund the making of an independent film. Oh my God. For $5 a month. Are you freaking kidding me? Bro, I went to the grocery store today. It's about $42. Now, did I need that many sticker bars? No. But it still cost me $42. I'm just kidding. Folks. I didn't do that.
I only bought one.
And it still cost $42.
It's a big bar.
Oh my God. And then also, we're like your friends for the rest of your life.
Whether you like it or not.
Okay, well, speaking of, the perks from our Patreon, next week is a patron nominated and voted episode. Michelle, what are we talking about?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Cabaret from 1972, directed by Bob Fosse.
This is
what?
insane.
What is happening?
If you're just joining us, folks, Michelle and I have done this show for several years. Each month has had a theme. And in February of this year, we were like, no more themes. We want to be free to do whatever we want. And then February became the Batman Bob Fosse month. We literally did The Dark Knight. Then we did All That Jazz, directed by Bob Fosse. Then we did Batman 1966. And now we're doing Cabaret, directed by Bob Fosse. So it's like the Bob Man instead of Batman.
Or the Bat Bob.
The Bat Bob. It's something.
It's something. And it's just like it's so comical to me because we put so much effort into like coming up with our themes and like it took so much planning. And then this naturally happens. And I can only think like, do we as people naturally get inspired from other ideas, i.e. me?
Right.
And we're are we always going to be in some sort of theme this whole year?
Well, I'll tell you what. If the first episode of March is a Batman movie or a Bob Fosse movie, I'll scream.
Mission granted.
Well, so I'm excited about this. Have you seen Cabaret?
I haven't, and I've always wanted to go see the show.
Sure.
I mean, I think I only know like the one song from it.
What's that song? Can you sing it for us?
Do 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 in Cabaret. Yeah, yep. That's it. And so
I gotta tell you, I've seen this movie and like I still don't know the words to that song. You know, right. It's like, hey, Cabaret, come to the cabaret.
It's like welcome, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
German. And there's a lot of this, I think.
Yep. Bowler hats.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, it's not streaming anywhere, unfortunately. So,
oh no,
unless you can find it like you did All That Jazz.
Right. I'll take a look.
Yeah.
I'll refer to the Bat computer.
There you go. This is a Batcast.
Well, hey, thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Seth. Thanks for engaging in the silliness.
Thank you for picking this and like opening my eyes to what this thing that I've mocked my entire life or, you know, only seen be mocked actually is. Like, this was eye-opening for me.
Cool.
She was like, I don't care.
No, I finally watched it. I could have watched this on my own, you know, but I never did. So it took a podcast for me to do it.
Well, hey, thank you very much for listening. And who knows, folks? This strange mixing of minds may be the greatest single service ever performed for humanity. Till next week, when we're talking about Cabaret, thank you for listening. Have a good one.
Movie Friends is produced by Seth Vargas and Michelle Rubenstein. Theme music by Jean Marie Vargas. Visit us at our website, moviefriendspodcast.com, and please subscribe and rate our show wherever you are listening. You can support Movie Friends at patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Thanks for listening.